Okay, we are recording. Hello, everyone. We have Brooke here today to talk to us about her workshop and the Women's Sexual Empowerment Retreat that's coming up and her little ones. Hello.
Yeah, it's morning time here, so they've just woken up and yeah, they're wanting to see what I'm doing and waiting for me to make them breakfast, I think.
Yay! I love it.
So hi, my name's Brooke Terasundri and I'm a women's sexual empowerment mentor. And yeah, we're here to talk about the upcoming retreat, which will be exciting.
Yes, it's going to be very exciting. It's on the full moon, so it's going to be on March 27th and 28th coming up. And there's going to be lots of beautiful women there doing all their wonderful things that they do. We're going to have some movement, some dancing type stuff going on. We're going to have, what else? Some erotica writing. I talked to Melissa yesterday about erotica writing. I'm like, oh, this is good stuff. I'll bring up
a lot of fun.
Yeah, I am so excited. I love these, and I love these chats. Is like I was driving out, and despite all the technical difficulties, because here we are on Zoom instead of Facebook, and yesterday we were on Instagram. I love these chats, and this is like the highlight of my day, getting to chat with everybody and talk about it. And then the full moon retreat is just like the highlight of it all. I was just gonna pull up the thing so I can explain to everybody what is all going on the retreat. I got double phones going on here. Thumbs up. Yeah. I love it. My kids, I'm gonna have to tell my kids that you guys got to be on the call because they always want to jump in on my calls. They love it. Yeah, I have a daughter and two daughters that are exact same age, I think, as you guys, 8 and 5.
8 and 7, right?
8 and 7, yeah. Oh, nice, fun. Yeah, so we are going to be talking about. So we're going to do the first workshop's going to be the anatomy of pleasure with Jennifer. It's going to be really good, and then Brooke's going to do the second one, the importance of knowing yourself intimately, which is going to be beautiful. Yeah, Mom.
It's actually funny you say that, because as mothers we become very disconnected from our core of who we are and what our needs are, and so it is super important. And in that we're going to talk about it's a big word, sexual transmutation, which just means being able to utilize our sexual energy, which is our most powerful energy,
Yes.
in all the other areas of our life, to give us that vitality and that energy back. Yeah.
Yes, so important. Yeah, I love it. It's so important for us to embrace all parts of ourselves so that we can show up and be there fully for everybody in our life, right?
Right, yeah. And it's the core of who we are and what our needs are. So if we can't meet our needs and understand what they are, how can we meet those of our children or anyone else in our life? Yeah, it helps us to connect with them on a completely different level. So I'm going to talk about that, give you some tools to use there, and we'll have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. And yeah, and all of the background of your tools and stuff that you use. Ayurveda, I love. Am I saying that correctly? Ayurveda?
Yeah.
I love that. I did a bit of that with my doula training, and it's so fascinating. And we talked a little bit about that on the last retreat, just my understanding of it. And we did some fun things that way. So that was cool. And I'm excited to hear your side of it all.
So the tools that I use come from Kundalini and Tantra, Taoism,
Yes,
Ayurveda, all those ancient technologies and belief systems. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Wayne Dyer always talked about Taoism, and I love Wayne Dyer's work. It's beautiful work.
I followed Wayne Dyer for a long time. So there's actually two different arms of Taoism, so to speak. And one that's not touched on very often these days is the feminine Taoism, because it's very ancient, and it was very much about women empowering themselves through their sexuality. And if it was hidden, it became a hidden form of art. So these days, the Taoism that most people refer to is the masculine Taoism. Yeah. So bringing us back into our femininity, I use a lot of the tools from the not often utilized these days feminine form of Taoism, which, like I say, is women bringing themselves into their power with their sexuality and using it. So it really teaches women how to control their sexual energy and how to use it, and how to control and utilize the sexual energy of their male partners as well.
Yes.
Really interesting. Yeah.
I love it. I'm always learning. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. That's exciting. Yes. And so, so it's going to be such a beautiful day, the first day with Jen and you speaking, Jen and Brooke. And and then we're going to final off with a bit of a practice, so you can like kind of implement all those different things and choose your own pleasure and find what feels good. And then we'll start the next day off as the full moon, and doing some erotica writing in the morning, which is going to be good. And then embodied flow, inner journeying with Adeline, and that's going to be good. Get ourselves moving and get our bodies moving, because that movement gets that sexual energy moving. And then we're going to finish off with Lee doing your womb and your expression. So talking a bit more about the moons and the cycles and the cyclical cycles of our energy. And it's going to be really good. I'm excited about it.
Wow, powerful weekend.
Yes, very powerful. And you get bonuses too. You get access right away. So if you get your tickets, you get access to the last woman's retreat, which was very powerful as well. So if you want to dabble in that while you're waiting, or binge watch it all, or whatever you want to do, whatever you find is everyone's into binge watching things these days with the Netflix and everything. Hey,
it's how we've been trained, isn't it? Hey?
Yeah. So you can jump in on that, and I'll put the links in so you can get your tickets, and you can meet the rest of the goddess panel. It's all in the sales page, and you'll see all of the recordings of our chats and that too. So
Archie, I need you to stop that, mate, please. No, go and get a blanket. It's middle of summer in far north Queensland, and my son wants to turn the heater on.
Oh yes, no heat in Australia right now.
It's pretty humid here already.
Yeah. Oh, fun. Yay. So thank you so much, Brooke. Is there anything else you wanted to say to everybody before?
No, just honestly, turn up and don't make any preconceptions of what this is about. It's really obviously in the time frame we've got, we're just touching on some tools. It's not giving you the ability to go over. I mean, this is years of work, stuff that I'm trying to condense, but I'm going to give you some tools to really, like I say, to work on that energy and learn how to transform your sexual energy. Because in women, our sexual, in Kundalini, they teach us that women's sexual energy is 16 times more powerful than that of men. So if we can harness that energy, imagine how powerful we can be in every area of our lives, right? So I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but really I'm just going to give you some tools, some breath work and some meditations and stuff that you can use to really harness that, which is exciting. So just turn up and embrace it. Yeah.
Yes, we can't wait to meet everybody that's coming, and it's going to be so good. And yes, the power that we have as women, like with that sexual power, once we get it moving again, is like, it's beautiful. Because I know when I keep tapping back into my center and who I am, and it's everything around me seems to work so much better. Like, and my husband's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do the dishes for you. I'm going to do that. And I'm like, oh, what's going on? I'm like, oh, I'm doing my work now.
Right. It
Yes.
all comes back to the self. We have to start here. We have to do it within us. We can't change anything around us. We can only change within us. But that puts us in the flow and gives us the power and the energy, and that makes massive changes.
Yes. Yay.
So that's why we need to understand that we're intimate beings, that we're and you know what? We live in a world where everything's so sexualized, but it's sexualized without intimacy. And the reason
Yes.
we are sexual beings is because we have a need for intimacy. We're actually intimate beings more so than sexual beings. So we need
Yes.
to bring that intimacy back into our life. And we can bring the intimacy into our lives in so many ways and in so many areas. It doesn't, you know, intimacy can exist without sex. And sex can exist without intimacy on that note as well. So they're not one and the same.
Yes, I love that. I know after we chatted the other day, I went home and I told my husband, honey, did you know that sex can be there without intimacy and intimacy without sex? And he's like looking at me. And so we had like a long conversation about it. It was so good. I was like, that's like the perfect like intro to like these conversations with people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great, yeah, it's so true. It's so true. I love it.
And I think that's where, and a lot of people who explore the realms of open relationships, polyamory, all of that stuff, that's where this actually becomes quite a relevant topic, is because you can, a lot of the time they still maintain their full-time relationship because that's where the intimacy is. That's where the soul connection and the spiritual connection is.
Yes.
The other relationships are sex. They're sexual. They're exploring a different realm, but they are sexual without the intimacy, or with a different layer of intimacy.
Yes. Yes. There's so many layers, and you can get so much from all of your different partners or the people around you. And yeah, it's there's so many different layers, and like intimacy with women versus men is totally different too, right? So
right. And then we have intimacy without the sex. So then we have intimacy with our colleagues and our friends and our family. And
yes,
we, you know, if we realize that we have these in every time we meet someone is an opportunity to make an intimate connection. And if we realize this, then we can gain so much more power within each relationship that we have in our life. It just enhances the area. Yeah.
Yes. 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 It's so beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone at the retreat.
Yay. Okay. Thank you so much, Brooke. And you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll let you get your kids fed and everything and up and going. And yay.
Maddie's been here doing yoga right next to me.
So
perfect. I love it. My girls love to do yoga too.
Really?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Yeah, actually I was funny the other night. I was doing yoga with my husband too, but he doesn't do it very often, so he's very not flexible. And it was pretty funny. We were all laughing. It was good. It was really good. But my girls love it. They love yoga. So you guys have a wonderful morning, and we will talk again.
Wait. I don't know to show something. So
Bye-bye.
Bye. We're going now, Maddie.
Can you do this?